Hey guys, right, we're back. Now, as you can see, done all the tracks. What we're now going to do is turn them silvery. So what we're going to use is some of this. Let's see if this can focus in. If I can hold it properly. And there we are. Fellblade Game Color Gunmetal. It's quite a nice colour. First time using it, so I'm committing myself to possibly atrocity here with this tank, but we'll see. And also what we're going to use is our bit of sponge. Okay, so this is a sponging technique side of things. So, dab on, see if you can see this bit. So what we're doing is we're dabbing on some paint, and then we're dabbing it off, so we haven't got a lot on there. And then what we're going to do is just dab this on to our tracks. Now with this you can be a little bit thicker than your usual sponging techniques, because we need to cover quite a large area, and also we want to cover most of the track. So as you can see, this is the effect we're getting. It's starting to come out quite nicely, and what it does is it tends to leave in the gaps and the recesses, it leaves the tin bits colour, or tiny tin, whichever one it is. So okay, so just so you can see what it's looking like, that's what we're starting to look like. We just dab down, and we cover most of the track. Okay, now this is going to take a while, so I'm not going to do the whole process on here, but just want to show you that little bit. I'm going to do that, get the rest of that bit done, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I shall catch you in a mo. Okay guys, now we've done that bit, we're now going to do the next layer. So what we're going to do is use this, which is Vallejo. Oh, you're going to focus. There we are. Model aluminium. Aluminium. That's the one. Or aluminum, as the Americans say. So what we're going to do, same effect again. We're gonna get a bit of this, dab it down, and actually let's shake up a bit and do a bit more. Okay, and we're also going to go back to get our sponge. Okay, and we're just going to dab it down. Now this we want less, so we only want to do the outside edges. So, and we just want to go across the top bits, go around the edges, get that kind of weathered look of where the track would hit dirt, and it'll scratch off paint and take it down to its normal colour, whereas the other edges will be covered in dirt and will be a duller looking metal colour, if that's the right terminology. I don't know, not very good with my wording, so but hopefully it kind of makes sense on what I'm saying here. Do apologise if it doesn't. I'm sure there's other people out there that do better videos and tutorials out there that will explain a lot better than myself, but this is just what I do. So, as you can see here, we're getting, don't know if you can see that, let's bring that up. So we're getting much more of a sort of edgy crispness, making it look a lot more weathered and beaten up. So Now this bit is quite fun, guys. Take your time with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. And as my friend from Forge World said, if you want to make mistakes, do the underside. That's where you can make your mistakes, because people aren't going to see that. Okay, so I'm going to get the rest of this done, and then we'll catch you up in the next bit. So see you in a moment. Right, okay guys, we're back, and so far Fellblade tracks are looking pretty tasty right now. We'll go over them with a wash later on, so I'll bring them back down. But what we're going to do now is going to show you a technique which I learned off coolminiornot.com, one of the articles they've got on there for how to do dirty gold effect. So I've already did a test run on this side. This is kind of what we're going to go for, and this will get highlighted up. But basically what we do first off, we take our tin area, okay, and we're going to use this, which is another Vallejo Model Air, and this is, if you're going to focus, brass colour. Okay, it's quite golden, but it doesn't matter if it's darker, you can use darker ones, it's not a problem. Now what you also want to do is use one of these. You want to use an old airbrush, and you want relatively large bristles for the effect you're going for. You pretty much are going to wreck these, so use an old airbrush, normal brush, okay, that you don't mind screwing up the tip on it. As I said, large, because you'll need it for the actual bristles going out, will create more of an effect on it. So what we're going to do, see if I can get this in shot here. Got a little bit of paint down here, going to take some, just going to dab off most of it. As I said, you can see here, I'm pretty much wrecking this brush doing this. Okay, but we want to get to a point where there's not much left, and you just want to stipple it on. Again, you can be quite messy at this point. It's not a problem. And don't worry if it looks odd at this point. It will come to life when we do the next coats on it. So as you can see there, we've got this sort of goldeny-ish sort of colour going on here. So, now that we've done that bit, after knocking the camera, do a little bit more this side. Okay, and that's okay by my books. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix in some of our aluminium into the mix. Okay, mix it up. We want this silvery gold colour. So let's get off most of that. So as you can see here guys, I want to take off a lot of this. So we've got even less on the brush than we did with the gold. And we're going to start working again. And this time we want to do just a little bit less than what we did last time. If you focus a little bit more around the edges. As you can see, the large bristles on it create this cool effect where each bristle goes out and creates a strand of paint. It makes it look awesome. So we're going to do the same the other side. It's up to you how much you want to put on it. You can do a lot, you can do less. It's up to you. I'd say have a test run with the model you don't really care about too much, just to give it a test run and see what it looks like. So as you can see, we're starting to get this sort of dirty gold effect coming on. Okay, and last but not least, this is the last bit. I've already got some paint left here actually from the aluminium. Okay, just going to pull that down, and we want even less this time. So we want hardly anything. Okay, and we want to go for a little bit more. I'm going to bring the camera, I'm going to bring this a little bit closer so you can see what's going on, what's happening. So as you can see here, we're getting this beautiful dirty gold effect. Okay. Let's do the same on the other side. Okay. As you can see now, we've got this beautiful dirty gold effect going on here. So, also need to do the same with the turret. Okay, but I'll do that off camera, and then we'll move on to the next section. So I shall catch you in a mo. See you in a bit, guys. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is, as you can see, I've taken the masking tape off. We're starting to get a little bit of life into this thing. What we're going to do now is just paint on some metal onto the gun turret. And with this, I'm going to use normal brush, and we're going to use Tamiya, if this wants to focus, possibly not, there we are, Tamiya gunmetal. Reason why I like this paint, it comes out very, very dark, so it's a good starting point for metals. So let's just crack on with this then. So now I've thinned this down quite a lot with some thinner, because I always tend to find with metallics they always come out very, very thick. Now I was thinking about airbrushing this, but I couldn't be bothered, to be honest with you. I couldn't be bothered to set it all up and then having to clean it all down and everything like that. It can make life a lot easier if you're doing a lot of work, but we're just doing the barrels at this point, so we'll just paint this on relatively quickly. I might airbrush on the next coat after that to flatten it all down again. We shall see though. So all I did as well was just mask off the bronze areas of the barrels, basically because I want that to stay as that dirty gold effect, because you want to break it up a little bit. You don't just want a silver looking gun. So okay, so let's crack on with this. Nice and thick. Since we've got the masking tape, we can be quite messy here. Now it may seem on the videos that it's piece of, well, I want to use a word that I shouldn't really use, being child sensitive and all that lot for all the younger generation. But yeah, it might seem quite easy, the fact that masking tape's on. It does take a little while. Be patient with masking off your models, okay? Because if it goes wrong, then you will know about it when you pull the masking tape off. So there we are. So it's coming out quite nicely. It's not quite an even coat, but doesn't matter too much at the moment. This is only beginning stages. So right, I apologise in advance as well. I've got a new computer and I've been playing around with video editing software. So this video, you may have already seen, comes out a bit different than my other ones. So hopefully I will try and make it as fun as possible, but you may find out it's quite a long one, because we are literally going from start to finish with painting this Fellblade. And you can also use all of these techniques on smaller models and everything. There's no reason why not. The only reason why I'm doing it is because it's quite a large model and I can show you some of the effects that I'm getting on a large scale. It makes life a little bit easier to see what's going on. But yeah, there's no reason why you can't use these on your infantry models and stuff like that as well. Also as well, if you've got the patience that I've got, which is not great. Take a break, go walk outside for a minute, grab a cup of tea, something like that, get your energy back, and then go straight back to it. And as well, this may seem like I've done this in the space of an hour or however long these videos last. It's not, it's taking a couple of days. So, as I said, just be patient. You'll get there. And you talk to any professional painter, any really decent painter, you'll find out it's not as quick as YouTube videos appear. It does take a little bit of time. You may find out they sat at a desk for about 2-3 hours, painting away, not talking to anyone. Everyone's getting angry at them because they're not doing anything else in their lives. But, hey, it's what we do. I love doing it. I'm sure other people do. There's a massive amount of painters out there. And you just want to enjoy painting. That's all you want to do. If you don't enjoy it, what's the point? It's a hobby at the end of the day. So, if you take it too seriously, yeah, it's not fun anymore. So, I'm just going to add in a couple of little bits up here as well. Okay, and what do you reckon? Should we turn that bit silver? Yeah, let's turn it silver. So, let's go that bit there. I will hopefully have some music to put on with this as well, to keep you a little bit entertained instead of just deadly silence, which is all I'm hearing right now. Apart from the washing machine that's going off in the background. So we just want to lay down these little areas here. It seems to be that I just started painting this one and they released a Fellblade and I want one of those as well. So maybe we'll get around to get one of them, paint them up. We'll see. We'll have to see how life goes. So let's just touch it up a little bit. So as well, guys, don't be afraid to go back. If it's not looking right, go back, touch it up. So take your time with it. Okay. That's looking nice. Cool. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to bore you with any more metal painting bits. I'm going to go off and do the other metal bits on the tank. And then we'll come back and do the next step. So catch you in a moment.